What's up, it's Joseph.
Phia.
It's Brook.
It's Don, David Dorsey.
And today we're going to be talking about Black history. So I'm going to just start off by saying how Black history just isn't really talked about enough in schools. How y'all feel about that?
It really isn't.
Not talked about it all enough. Needs to be talked about way more.
Yeah.
Way more. Yeah, and it being February, Black history is probably at its peak right now in terms of just like around the school as well. It's being brought up more. So how y'all feel about that?
I think they're trying.
It's needed.
Yeah.
But I think we shouldn't. It's not exceptional because it should have been happening before.
Yeah, a long time ago. Should have been in progress.
And we just had the first cadet here last Friday to get her diploma that she earned many years ago.
Right.
It's honestly just sad that she had to go through her whole life without a high school diploma. How do you guys feel?
That's actually crazy to me that she didn't get her diploma in the first place. Like she had to wait all the way to this point to get it.
Yeah, she been deserved that.
Yeah.
First, graduated here. It's been too many years without that diploma. And, it's so meaningful because with her being the first person from our culture to be to go to all white school and graduate and being a woman at that fact. You know what I'm saying?
That kind of ties into Black history at Frederick High School.
Yeah.
In our school. What is there to talk about in Black history in our school? Do we even know the information?
I don't think there's not enough.
There's not.
If there is, the students aren't educated about it.
There's a lot in sports
that
I know of, but that's just I had to go look at that in personally.
Right.
It wasn't just handed to us.
Not at all.
Offered up.
If it's not outside of sports, it's not really talked about enough.
No.
I 100%.
Yeah,
I agree
that's
with
very true.
Even with sports, bro, it was mentioned, but it's still it wasn't talked enough as a whole. If you had to do a sport to only get mentioned or talked about, you couldn't do nothing academically to get talked about anything like that.
Yeah. Also,
I feel I don't know, Black history and sports is promoted more than academic Black history. I feel like we're discouraged from being educated.
I'm going to say that Black history and sports is a lot to do with Black history.
No, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
No, 100%. But I also feel like a lot of those athletes are also very good students.
Yeah,
that's true.
That doesn't get promoted either because they don't want to see us like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's very true.
It's just that.
Let's talk about academically wise, how's that brought up in school, or in classrooms?
It's really not.
There's not exactly.
It's really not. It's non-existent.
They talk about different wars in history classes. They talk about civil wars and not really.
That's the thing. Black history
slavery
is American history. So when we're taking these American studies, modern world history classes, Black history should be implemented in all of them.
Automatically, not just a
because
section.
we built this country.
Definitely this past term, me taking African American studies that just got introduced to our classes just this past year. It's been different for me learning different things that Black people kind of had to go through from starting all the way back from slavery first being introduced to going through Jim Crow. So now because and I'm glad it's starting to get the more attention it's getting talked about, in our school more, that more kids can take this class,
right? Get
educated on what Black people as a whole have to go through, and still are going through to this day
on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah,
very true.
You know what I'm saying?
Slavery or not slavery, racism is still very real.
Very true.
Racism is very real.
It's crazy how it's still to this day racism is still a huge part of our culture as a country or even in the world. It's just crazy.
Very crazy.
I think it should be talked about way more. Or teachers in itself, they should not be uncomfortable to speak about it because it's it's not
in speaking about.
If you're uncomfortable about it, then I'm gonna be uncomfortable about it. I feel like it should just be an open conversation. It's happened in the past. We should just be able to conversate about it naturally and not be feel this type of weight on it is. To talk about
I feel like it's the lack of curiosity and empathy that is the reason why so many people are shying away from Black history because that's how you learn. Is asking questions.
It's definitely a conversation that is needed to for people to have. There's nothing wrong with talking about or really discussing problems in the world, especially with Black people. It's a conversation that people definitely need to have amongst and to keep going.
I feel like it's so bad that when people do explore Black history, it's an exceptional thing.
But I feel sometimes teachers probably want to say stuff, but it's it's more of you gotta look at higher, like FCPS.
Yeah.
They assign these things to them.
True.
Right.
So if it's FCPS that's not assigning it, it's a higher problem. It's like a government type of
I
thing.
think that's why things are changing because we have a black student.
I know.
Yeah, there's
That's 100%.
And
if it wasn't for that, that's the problem.
Yeah.
There's a black legislator now. Well,
yeah,
which is good.
We got a lot of black people,
I know,
and Hispanic people, and all.
Which is good. It's changing, so we gotta look out for the younger generations now, because
it's bad.
It is gonna be bad if it's not like this. Like, imagine now, and if it was like decreasing from here on out, the kids are not gonna know. Like, I feel like it's just gonna be like they're just not gonna know about Black history or anything. So I'm glad it's like on the uprise and not like going downhill.
Sure. How you feel about it, David?
I feel like it's not talked about.
Yeah.
But I had an assignment. We had to talk about someone that dealt with racism in the past. That's the only thing we did the whole semester.
Like whenever we talk about it, it's just not
like down low,
rushed under like the rug type of thing.
Yeah.
Compared to all the other topics we talk about during like history class, it's like it's kind of repetitive. Like we'll talk about the the Holocaust. Not saying that it's not like an important topic, but it's like we learn about it every year. Like I'd rather hear about a Black history, like someone that's really important that we didn't even know about, or like bring up people that we just never heard about. I think would be important to like start doing.
How about the growth of the Black community? That's a
growth. I think it's good. I think
it's great.
On the uprise.
I think what we're realizing is that they sort of tend to put us in a box. And I feel like now that people are stepping out of that box, like Black people are becoming Renaissance people. They're learning how to be good at multiple things, like own a business, be an athlete, be a good student, and that's really pushing us forward.
Oh, definitely.
Especially with the owner of business.
Yeah, so many people own businesses.
Yeah.
Having a business and being Black is hard enough as it is.
What?
People don't take you seriously.
Yeah. Out of all businesses in the U.S., only 2.4% are Black.
Wow.
Because you get discouraged.
I know.
Like, I don't want to.
There's not that support.
You don't want to deal with it.
It is crazy.
But I feel like especially now that we're trying to feed it back into our own people, like feed wealth back into our own people, and we're supporting Black businesses as a whole.
Yeah.
I feel like nothing can stop us.
No.
We continue to do this.
And I don't think it's a topic people are ready to talk about either.
Because it's coming.
They
see it.
It's coming.
The storm is coming. The storm is definitely coming. So what's our conclusion to this?
Conclusion is, I just say that Black people as a whole, or just Black history as a whole, should definitely be mentioned more in our society today. It's definitely important because as a group, we done been through a whole lot that doesn't get talked about just enough as it is. And I feel like from going on here on out, that Black history and Black just going on for the future and for our youth growing up, we should definitely make an impact on this world to make sure that Black people always get talked about no matter what.
100%.
Well, definitely.
We count, yeah.
Well, definitely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna wrap up our Black History Month podcast. We appreciate everyone who tuned in to listen today.
Thank y'all.
Thank you so much. We got a lot. We went over time, so we're gonna have to condense it a little bit, but it's fine. Anything else you have to say?
No.
I'm good. Y'all tune into the next podcast.
Tune into the next podcast.
Be sure.
Thank you. FredTalk out.